Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more adventures of Ash and Steel. Now, I'm recording a bit later than usual tonight, and I've also got a bit of a sore throat from a rather long protracted shouting session at a extremely persistent telesales marketer who pretended I said yes every time I said no, and carried on with his script regardless, even to the point where he said, you know, would you agree to, I can't remember exactly what it was, and I said no, and he said, right, so what I'll do next, I'll put you on to someone from our booking department. Now, it was around this point that I loudly and repeatedly commanded him to go forth and multiply in far less polite terms, and shouted the word no at him repeatedly. And I will say, I was determined not to be the one who put down the phone. He's called here before. He's telephoned us multiple times. Every time I tell him we don't, we don't need what he's selling, we don't want what he's selling, and we cannot afford what he is selling. But he still continues to try. But this time it was slightly different. It wasn't loft insulation this time. We've had a loft conversion for over 40 years. And yet these people still keep ringing us. Even though we tell them, they phone us again and again and again. And now he's on to, would you like all your windows and doors replaced? No, we would not like all our windows and doors replaced.
Someone in the port last night.
Mad lately.
And then he said,
Sunny,
you qualify for this
rainy,
if your windows and
then
doors
sunny
are over
again.
10 years old. Let me
banging
ask you a
around in
question.
the
Sir,
cellar
are your
all
windows and
night.
doors over 10 years old? And I
Yeah,
said,
it's
no,
not risk checking with him.
because we had them all replaced 6 years ago.
Death went up again. Something
And he
up.
carried
We'll
on
be eating
as if I'd
grass
said
on our
yes.
island.
My bones. Soon we will be dead too.
The man
Maybe
is
someone will come and
infuriated.
save us.
Nobody cares.
But the one almighty. You said it.
What a nightmare.
They arrested someone in the port.
And I'm sure he annoys other people as well. The sheer pig-headedness with which he ignored every time I gave him the answers he didn't want, and pretended I'd given him different answers, or just carried on regardless. I mean, it's bad enough when these idiots ask you their fake question on the phone, then ignore your answer and speak over you and carry on going regardless of what you say. But it's when he waits for the answer, then pretends you didn't say it and carries on, that makes it even more obvious he really just wants you to suffer. Tell you what, he's lucky I don't know where he lives. I'm sure there's a lot of other people who don't like him very much either. And I really, really hope that call was recorded for training purposes. You know, I can imagine them sitting round at, in a conference room, listening to it, and then saying, okay, this is the point at which he's lost the customer, he's pushed him too far. I'm not a f***ing customer. It's like, this is the point at which it wasn't worth continuing the conversation. We don't need to hear any rest. Oh, no, you really do. You should absolutely hear the rest of the conversation. Because when he said he was going to put me through to someone on their booking team, I should have said, go on then, do it. And I'll tell them just what you know. But they would have probably been just as bad. The thing is, he's called it. Every time he's called it, he doesn't get what he wants. And he just keeps calling back. Every few weeks, he'll come back as if he thinks we're going to forget. It's like, I'm sorry. But I had already said no, I don't want the thing, right? I'd already said no to booking some kind of consultation for someone to come out and examine all our windows and doors. At what point, when I was shouting, no, no, fuck off, no, fuck off, go away. At what point did he think I can still persuade him he's going to change his mind? Maybe he's not allowed to hang up the phone and he has to keep on trying. Perhaps the fact that he's the one who put the phone down means he gets in trouble and gets a right bollocking from his boss because I didn't put the phone down in frustration or something. Perhaps there's some kind of call setter etiquette for evil arsehole bastard cunt-faced shitwankers who should die that I'm not entirely aware of. But it would be probably wise of him not to telephone us anytime soon. Preferably never again. Not even once. I might have to make a note of his number. See if I can block it. I wonder if there's some organisation this cunt can be reported to. Not that they'll make a lick of difference, they'll just go, oh yeah, him again. Ugh. So, because I'm recording a couple of hours, well, 2 or 3 hours later than I usually would, and I've got a bit of a slightly croaky, scratchy voice, I might not record a very long episode tonight. I think I'll go check out the graveyard, because apparently I already checked the gravestone that I should have done. And some people have said that when Tristan walks over that grave, he says something. And a lot of people have said he didn't say it for them. So, he didn't say it for me. Ironically, it's one of the not fresh graves that haven't been dug up recently. And it's literally the one in the corner behind the trees that I said looked a bit out of place. Because I said these ones haven't been freshly dug up. And this one is rather hard to get to. And we're still getting lag, even though I had the game open for like 5 or 10 minutes, then reloaded the save. Oh, speaking of reloading the save, by the way, we have unlocked another glossary entry. It's one of these ones. Here. Another 350 experience points. Thank you very much. That goes nicely towards our next level, which will probably be strength and stamina or strength and fortitude. And now we enter the ominous graveyard once again. After which we're probably heading to the harbour to speak to people, or investigating the wilderness somewhere. So it would appear the grave we seek is right way at the back here.
Time to start digging.
This one, apparently. Well then, Tristan. If you say dig, then dig we shall. Now, that's not the usual kind of casket we would expect to find buried near such a headstone. I think we'd better put our shovels away.
Yes!
And open up.
Terribly crafty.
Ooh. Petrus's letter. I think we should read that right away. What are you digging me up for, you bastard? What if it was really my dead body that were down here? Right, take whatever you find. No hard feelings. And if that's you, Furs, then we're even. You got that? Don't owe you nothing no more. Well, it's possible he might be watching. So we probably want to get out of here quickly before this creepy music makes us feel any more uncomfortable than we already do. Now we have a reason to go back to the city. Okay. And now we can also run much further than we could before. I'm not going to check now. Here, we've now cleared these monsters, haven't we? Oh, this lag is making me wish for the next patch, to be honest, and goodness knows how long that'll be. Now, if we just cross over here, I want to check the signposts. Right, the Dark Forest is that way, Grey Shaft this way, the fishing village that way, and the mines. Okay. Now then. This should lead back. Oh, no. Okay, it's here. Because this will connect up, right? So this goes back to where we've just come from, right? Oh. Okay. Yeah, it really does. For some reason I was looking for another road. So that's water, that's here. So this is like a D? The alchemist is down there. It is like a D. So why am I thinking there's another path here that I have not taken? Because it's that. I really should try and find the point of... I was going to say point of interest, but more sort of point of altitude in this area, so I can map it out. Because those paths do not look like they should quite connect. There's something deceptive about distance and angles. That means there are less paths there than I thought. Maybe we should try and get better at Ranta, but it's not easy. I have a feeling that when it comes to Ranta, we are 1 or 2 fights away from some kind of milestone. Thing is, if we go deliver this lot to Furs... Yeah. I really hope that the next patch puts back in place the optimization that the previous patch had done, which has been massively undone by this patch. Because whatever it was they did last time, for some reason they left it out this time, and it's not there anymore. Bloody hell, Tristan. Your sense of reality is distorting rather significantly if you travel at this kind of speed. If anything, it's going to make the journeys longer. So let's just relax and take it nice and slow and hope it isn't this bad when we get in the city. Speaking of which, thirsty. Okay. We'll have a drink. So this can cut across and take us out by the mercenary hall. Right. Running sort of parallel to the road over there on the left. We don't quite want to go up to the tower just yet, but there is some kind of chest there we do want to... Bloody hell, slow down, man. We do want to open. But again, we're going to need a cipher key to be able to do that anyway. I wonder if we get a crafting recipe for cipher keys later on. That would certainly be interesting. See then, the problem here is... What do we do? Do we cut through here? And then take a left before the stream? It's not much of a shortcut, is it? But it helps us, you know, line things up and be aware of the possible connections between things as we travel around. Still haven't found this high point.
That's for sure.
Near the
Heard
outskirts.
a couple Marlers howling at the walls yesterday. They've grown fearless.
Rough to be sure, but life goes on.
In theory, if we go... The problem
Bread
is we're going to want
prices
to end
went
the
up
episode
again.
outside town again,
We'll
aren't
be
we?
eating grass soon.
But if we go slowly enough, we may be able to report... Oh, we don't need to report to Pinky yet. We need to talk to people around the docks. Presumably, the named people, the stall holders, the business owners, the characters we've already interacted with. And we can do that while we're there. Maybe spend the night in the orders' quarters. Oh, it's just going to be really laggy, isn't it? Okay. Maybe things will change.
You said it.
This weather's been mad lately. Sunny and rainy then sunny.
Bizarrely,
Najar's men seem to be angrier than usual.
we could suffer from the mistaken belief that Tristan's hair is what's causing the lag as the game has to keep track of it.
From the guards, I guess.
It doesn't seem to be particularly
Nah,
moving,
you're giving those assholes too much credit. Some monsters attack them.
and things could just start moving a bit slower, well, a bit smoother because we've been playing the game for a while anyway.
Monsters because they're ugly and scary.
Let's check the notice board and see what the reward is for today. It's probably still for those 7 plates we don't have. It is 7 iron plates. While we may have such things, we're somewhat honor bound to return what we have just discovered to the Gravediggers Guild. And we'll have actually completed a quest for them, and that's brilliant, so let's go do that. Because I hear there's faction armor involved. And maybe that faction armor will be a top and bottom that we could mix and match instead of a single piece. We'll find out. We will absolutely find out. It obviously won't have the 5 insight and dexterity on it, but it may have something thematically appropriate for the faction, possibly even a half-decent armor rating, which would assist us in our endeavour to find the swamp that we have heard of once or twice now. Come on, game. You can load this. I believe in you.
Just take a bite any time you get...
Well, Jer's around, and she's eager to proffer her wares. At the moment, we're trying to accumulate wealth rather than dispense of it, or rather than disperse it into the surrounding economy, which will have to wait a little while. I suppose we
There's
also
nothing
need
better
to...
than lunch on the road.
We also need to think about house upgrades that may give stat bonuses, because that may be a good way forwards. And we should probably check on the bank and see if we can get another 50 or 75 gold out of it, because it's been a little while. Okay, let's see how bad city lag is today. So far, only a little juddery. It's been much worse at various times in the past. And I think I just saw the back half of those barrels just load in, so I may have
I've
spoken
heard of
too
him
soon.
and his sticky fingers.
Hey lady, that's not fair. Your fingers would be sticky too if you kept touching honey. Or drinking all this booze. So as we meander our way towards the bank... Yeah, we're definitely going to want more strength if we want to try out this hammer we've made. Oh, come on, game. There we go. You've had your autosave. Now let me have my footsteps going forwards. It's a fair enough trade, I think. That way, when you next make an autosave, we'll be in a different location, and it will feel like you're actually doing something valuable and wonderful. Isn't that nice? Come on, Tristan. I believe in you. You can make it to the bank while it's still open. Assuming they don't just close the branch and screw you all over. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say what came to mind. It's too depressing. So instead, I'll focus on discovering what the cooldown is at the bank towards getting out 50 or 75 gold. And I think we've had like 125 now. Locked. Are you ready to give me money? Oh, that's not good, is it? Right. Anything? Oh, another 75. Excellent. Oh, and we're like 4 minutes away from the next one? Okay, then. If I make it back before you close for the day, I might get a little more money too. And if I don't, hey, you can always sleep overnight in the Order headquarters and then come back in the morning. Now, my main objective at this point is making it safely to the Gravediggers Guild without being accosted by any form of varlets who might be after the wealth of assorted crap I'm carrying that may have some valuable resale value. And maybe we'll get some kind of sizable reward and feel like we're making it in the world at last. Beginning to be someone. Not someone of significance, just someone of substance. Someone who the various assassins and scumbags after me might take pause and say, hey, hang on. This guy, he's got friends. He's got people who might stand up for him. We've got to be a little more careful and clever if we're going to get this chap. We're so good at running now. Our stamina lasts so much longer on account of our constantly pegging it. Right. Come on. You can do it if you're being cute. Oh, we are juddering there. Okay. Well, let's go get our rewards. Come on.
You were right. Petros turned his grave into a cache.
I knew my feelings wouldn't lead me wrong. It was as though Igna himself led me. What was in the grave?
All this stuff, mate.
A silver necklace.
A pretty piece. Should fetch a decent price. Anything else?
A silver cup.
Looks like it'd crack if we tried to pour our dark ale in. Anything else?
Yeah, give me more experience points.
A silver crown.
The wealthy wives of the bountiful quarter would rip that out of each other's hands. Anything else?
Yeah, this.
A silver candle holder.
The kind that decorates the richest households. Anything else?
Apparently not.
Nothing.
Well then, lad. You've done good work. And good work deserves a good reward.
Some gold and a moon wisp. What do we need a moon wisp for?
How could that be?
I have something for you. Ronald, one of our delvers, got so drunk yesterday, he was speaking Hobster. And rather than just slumping over quietly, you know what he did.
Something mischievous.
His brigade had found an altar to the goddess Agufa last week, and they found a goblet right under the foundation. It was a lucky find. Artifacts that fragile are rarely in one piece, you know? So they started celebrating. A well-deserved celebration, I won't deny it. Especially considering how much we're being offered for that goblet. But Ronald had the bright idea to get stinking drunk, pretending he was a pirate from the time of colonization. Can you imagine?
Were there even pirates then?
Practically everybody back then was. Anyways, he buried the goblet like it was pirate
Then he
treasure.
forgot where it was.
And he doesn't remember where.
No, he just gave me this map that he drew.
Like a real pirate.
Aye, and may Akufa's love penetrate his rear. But in any case, our buyer is waiting. How are you with maps?
funny
As
you
good
should
as any
ask.
other cartographer.
Truly? Then this should be simple for you. See if you can make sense of it.
Well, let's bear in mind the fact that he was drunk when he made it. I don't suppose... Oh, so many nice things, but... 25 fortitude and 5,000 gold is so much. So we didn't get given armor as a
A
reward.
sorry sight.
In fact, it's almost as if he's the only person here with a name or personality. However, look at all those lovely experience points we just got. Maybe we should go speak to the fishmonger while we're at it. We've done her a favour already, so she should be, you know, agreeable. We can't talk to her about this at all. Okay, what you got? Just fish? Pretty much just fish and fish-related products. So she's not the person to speak to. Well, we know a shipbuilder who we've already done a few favours for.
Almost fish.
Oh, and there's that bloody Fillmore bloke up there who really blends in with the crowd, isn't there? If he's around today, it would be good to get him on the list. It's not you, but you look very similar. Not you, but now I've got you on the list, so I won't accidentally think you're a priest again. Let's see, we got the bathhouse. Chap in there doesn't really have much by way of conversation. So yeah, I think we're going down to the hangars. There's not a lot of other people we could talk to about this. Excuse me, ladies. There is the shop just there, and it may be worth entering. But let's just try this first. Have a little dash. Blimey.
What a thick fog.
Look, if he's building a boat, he probably knows about the local smugglers. Doesn't necessarily deal with them, but you never know, right? Nope. No one to question here either. Question people at the harbour. There's no people to question. Unless we literally just pick on the generic nameless people. Looks like we got a lot of ranter fighters.
Why's he wearing that junk?
Why is he wearing that junk?
He might not be organising the fights. He might be running them. Ooh, zealots, maybe not. Okay, let's see. Leave it. Jaskell. Ooh, wait, there's a tournament. Maybe we...
Who are you? Zeman's the name. What's yours?
Tristan.
Well met, Tristan. Here for the tournament?
Aye.
No.
wait, what?
Do you use a particular fighting style?
I adapt to my circumstances. What about you?
Trying to feel out your opponents, are you? You're a sly one. Sorry, friend, but I won't be helping you.
Fair enough. I didn't even know there was a tournament. So is this chap the one running it?
Fog's rolling in. Weather looks grim.
Ooh, big lag. Okay, we can't talk to him about anything. Looks like these are not the people we should speak to either. Alright.
What a thick fog.
So, should we be looking for someone new? Quite possibly. It's going to be hard to question people at the harbour when there are no people at the harbour to question. Okay, let's just try.
How are things in the city?
See for yourself. No work to be had and prices keep going up. Not safe to go out at night. Nothing but riffraff baring their teeth at you everywhere. And I won't even get started on the guards. In fact, it's for the best I keep quiet on that front. You'll see.
I think I already have. Eventide has come. I may have spotted a new face. Nope. Not new at all. We should probably be heading back before it gets too late. It's probably too late to go to the bank now.
I've heard of him. And his sticky fingers.
How lovely to have everyone casting aspersions on us. Ooh, oh, you're off duty now. Nope. Almost worth a try. If we wait late enough, there's no point because we'll have nothing to report to him yet. Well, we should probably be off and try again here at some point. You're very brightly lit, sir. But let me guess. The fact you're drinking means we probably don't need to try and speak to you. Aha. No, wait. No point going here because it'll be too late, right? Nope. And no.
I've heard of him and his sticky fingers.
Clearly the wrong place to try. Well, let's head back then. Easy. Let's just dash through here a bit. Actually, maybe... Ooh, how brave are we feeling? Are we feeling brave enough to try and find out who's stealing the miller's flour at night? I think
I've
we
heard
might
of him and his sticky fingers.
want to wait a little more. You just want fish, don't you? You do just want fish. Okay. See now, we could sleep till middle of the night, go out, check, come back, sleep till morning if we find nothing. It's a risk, mind you. But maybe we should try. Go on, Tristan. Get cozy for a little. Not for very long, mind you. Just a few hours. And then... Ooh. Sort of a sudden light change there. And then... Easy. Put your helmet on. And pretend you feel tough. And then we will wait for the save game menu to load up. There we go. And go live a little bit dangerously. There's a pretty good chance we're not going to make it to the harbour tonight. If we have to fight with city lag, it will not end well.
Fancy name.
But it would be nice to finally put this investigation to rest. And be painfully like. Unfortunately, the city ruffians at night are often rapier bastards, and that is not good for our health. Oh, I saw something scamper off there, moving to the left. Yeah, I see stuff.
Quickly! To arms! Everyone, get over here! Sound the alarm!
What do you draw your weapon for?
That rotten monster! Sound the alarm!
Right.
What
Serves
a
him right.
monstrosity!
So, there are hobsters causing trouble here. Would that be all of them, or may there be more? Not this one. Okay. Find out where a flower is disappearing. Okay. And you
Why is
are...
he wearing that junk?
Well, I didn't get much experience for fighting the buggers because the guard and the guide did most of the work for me. But I should finally be able to go see him in the morning and... Oh, wait. I just realised. I'm not sure we got very much experience there at all. I'm not even sure we got the 10 participation for one of them. Anyway, we'll finally be able to resolve that issue. Now, Baker's open fairly early in the morning, like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, something which I doubt this game will take into account. They also close a bit earlier than some other businesses as well. Go on, man. Have a nice rest. Be a little concerned the gravediggers didn't give you a nice outfit to wear. But also, be proud that you have finally resolved one of Buddy the Baker's problems. How are we doing for sustenance? Oh, food and drink. Okay. Well, let's have a mushroom pie as well while we're at it. It looks more like half a pasty. Well, like 2/3 of a pasty.
We broke into the abandoned fort.
But hey, it's all good. And what do you bet? He won't let us talk to him yet because it's too early in the morning. So to pass the time, we could go visit the bank. And see if it's too early in the morning for them as well. What are we going to do with... Ooh, that is definitely enough for a house upgrade. Or for the learning of some kind of new skill when we level. Yeah. Obviously, we could just create some items to sell. And we could question people at the harbour every time we're back in town as well. Now that thing we were given. Not this. Not those. He gave us something. Oh, apart from this, obviously. Right, there's a windmill, a cave, a few houses, some mountains. An attempt at a compass rose. Looks like a bridge here. We should have paid more attention to where we were told they found this goblet. maybe that's actually... Don't know. Okay. Under a bridge, maybe. Okay. Interesting. So many upgrades. Right. Let's head into the bank and see if they are open for business. And the answer's no, apparently. It's too early to try. But that's okay. I would jog to the baker's, but I might get there too early. In fact, I probably still shall. So much for getting faction armor when you do your first quest for a faction. Now they gave me some kind of flower. It doesn't seem... Oh, the moon wisp, that was it. And I wonder why they wanted me to have that. Okay, and some things we can sell, of course. I should probably be questioning what else I can do in the city. You know what? We can see if... We could see if we can sell anything to Vin. That'll get us a few more experience points. And what else? Well, there is apparently a vantage point in the city. And I doubt it's that bit of roof over the butchers. Because I believe there are higher vantage points in the city. Particularly near the palace. Right. An axe, a dagger, a sword, another sword. Sure.
How much will you pay for this?
That much.
And some experience points. Lovely. That's no longer a 55, it's a 90. So wow, we got 35 experience points. Excellent. No, 25. But that's okay. We also want to try out our new hammer at some point, see how slow it truly is. Although the 25% thrown off balance modifier has got to be huge. We could obviously do that with our new ring. But hey, let's go see Buddy the Baker and see if he's willing to speak to us already. You know what? Why don't we stop here first and share a few words? Since Dillis is open for business. So many nice things, but we should hold off. As we are now aware that some sets of armour are full body rather than top and bottom. Can we go in? Yes. Is he there? Yes. Will we get arrested? Who knows? Beg your pardon, good sir.
I solved both your problems.
Did you? Tell me more.
It was hobsters going through your pantry at night.
Hobsters?
Yes. I have no idea how they got into the city, but I took care of them.
Did you, Tristan?
Thanks so much. And the little thief?
Found him in the slums, like he said. He says that he was only stealing because he had nothing to eat.
I always see that.
Well, true, but this lad seems eager to work. It's just that nobody takes him seriously. Maybe you could help him out?
You're kidding me.
Why not? Let him, say, look after your bakery at night. Give him a couple loaves as payment and he won't steal anything. Or let anyone else steal.
That actually sounds like a good idea. Fine, to the depths then. Where was he? At the port?
He'll come here himself.
All right. Well, here's your coin as promised.
I'm not really doing this for the coin so much as for 300 experience points. But thank you very much. And that's another job I can mark off the list.
Right out of the oven.
Speaking about the oven, let's get out the bakery. And then wonder if there's anyone else who might have a job for us. Like the baker or the carpenter. Who is not called Sabrina. I don't mind waiting while you think about that one. Anyway, let me see. I don't think either of these two will have a new quest because I've pretty much interacted with them quite a bit recently already. We want to keep our good wood though. We don't want to sell it. Do we want some coal? Maybe. Take 4. There we go. Then we could head off to market and sell some of these fanciful things. What else? So, if Tristan said... If Tristan called the slums the harbour, maybe we should look for people to speak to there. Yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? And I should sell these 3 small wooden bows as well. And those I could sell in the marketplace. Or, actually, there's a shop. Easy, I decided to go this way after... Okay, apparently not. Right. So, I was contemplating this direction, and then decided to go the other way, and didn't quite make it somehow. Okay, a bit of a longer way round than I'd hoped. And that puddle started to look like a missing texture. I was a bit concerned, but the ground was wrong. Didn't realise it was there. Here we go. I'm not going to sell him my precious metal, but I will sell him these 3 spare bows.
I won't fleece you.
If I was to buy some of these things to smelt down... Oh. I have one of those already. I'm pretty sure... That's a 30, that's a... Ah, the dagger. I'll hold on to that for now. And I'll step outside and peruse my quest list in case there's anything particularly... Oh, you know what? He won't have any recipes for me. He's not the alchemist. The alchemist doesn't necessarily seem to either. Let's go all the way down to the bottom, shall we? Okay, Ranter is Ranter. I could go try and find these again. That's in a similar area. Tracked it to a burning tower, but it couldn't be tracked during the day. Sounds like some kind of nighttime monster we don't want to mess with yet. Talk to the customs officer. That isn't working yet. Wants me to visit a man named Patrice and asks why he hasn't made contact. No idea where he is, but if we run into him we can ask. Find Norbert's belongings in his house. Right, yeah, this is apparently... well... we shall see. Could go back to the brothel and say, hey, look, come on, this is all done now. And she might say, okay, there's someone else causing trouble. Right. So we are here, and the marketplace is this way. Got it.
Yeah. Nice.
Here we are. Sweetheart, I come to sell you things instead of buy them. I'm sure you must be ecstatic.
Come by more often.
This does match. This does not. Let's not sell her things she is not interested in. And these would all be very nice if we had the ability to make them, which we do not. Some of these things are kind of expensive. The bank should now be open. Almost definitely. And it might have been long enough for there to be 2 ticks of interest to pick up. If not, that's totally okay. But we'll definitely be able to pick up 1. That'd be like 25 or 50. Maybe a bit more. We'll see. Right, you know the drill. Another 50, okay. Alright. And looks like there's a limit to the amount we can have of interest we can have in the bank before we have to withdraw it. Okay. Oh, so yeah. Could go down to the slums and look for people to talk about. Why not? We'll have a quick, very quick... We might get attacked, that's why not. Oh yeah, let's go look for these houses. Norbert's house. Now the problem with trying to find Norbert's house, it's supposed to be down on the waterfront in this area. There are 2 houses over yonder which appear to be on the waterfront. This one has someone sitting right outside, and the other literally has a guard watching. But there's a person inside as well. If we do want to investigate these two homes, let's save the game. The idea is to retrieve Norbert's personal property that was left in the home when he was forced out of it by these scoundrels who conned him out of his house. And yes, it looks like we could climb over there, walk along that ledge, get behind the houses, not necessarily find anything very much. Yes, I did check that off camera. But let's just say we're wanting to break into this place brazenly in open daylight. Okay. Keep going, Tristan. Okay. Bon Jovi is singing about halfway there as we continue to rotate the lock through the second half of its cycle. And we're nearly at the point where the lock is probably willing to yield to our persuasive efforts. There we go. We are in. So, in this house, nothing to interact with on the ground floor. And upstairs, oh, that's a very big room, isn't it? Is it all one room? No. So nothing in here. Here we have a chest. Guess what? It's locked. Okay. This one is rather more stubborn, isn't it? Let's just work our way at it again with no clue how this system really works. It seems to be completely random endeavours. You know, I press the spacebar a bit to turn, then I left and right click a lot and just keep on going. Making sure to do both each time I stop. There we go. So a silver necklace, gilded bracelet, and gold. Guess what? Oh, where are we? Oh, what's it called? Well, that's not finding his things in his house. Okay? So. And just to be clear, apart from that chest, there's nothing in here we can interact with at all. So, we'll try the other house. Okay, the game did register my click. I was a bit concerned there for a moment. I was wondering how long is it going to take. So we'll check the other house with fairly similar results. And I believe off camera I've tried carrying the things from the chest in each house back to Norbert, and he doesn't acknowledge it. There's no option to talk to him about it. So I'm imagining there may be an object we are supposed to find called Norbert's personal possessions, or Norbert's things, or Norbert's stuff, or something that we're supposed to pick up and take with us. And there might have to be something we do to obtain that, like some NPC we speak to or something. Actually, there is a lady in the other house, so maybe we break in, we talk to her, she says, "What the hell are you doing in here?" We say, "Look, we're here for Norbert's stuff. You know, we don't want to steal any of your things, just let us take it and we'll go." And she'll be like, "Oh, fine, here you are," and give us the thing. And that might literally be the only way that such a quest objective could be obtained, which feels rather awkward. So let's go pick a lock right in front of the guard, who won't seem to mind at all. Can we get between the houses? Yes, we can. And when we do, rock, climb, maybe up to there on the roof, maybe? I don't know. But that doesn't seem to get us into the house another way. And it doesn't seem to help us find Norbert's stuff either. So we will illegally force our way into the house. And yes, every time you see me stop rotating the lock, I'm pressing buttons. Okay. We'll try again. And okay. Keep going, Tristan. Never mind the guard who wants to fine you if he sees you doing anything illegal, or beat you up because he feels like it, or kill you. Okay, I can just ask her how things are in the city. Let's not do that. Okay. So, big front room. Nothing to interact with in here. Stairs up. And a dead-end empty toilet room. So if we go upstairs, I see a chest in there. Nothing in here to obviously interact with. Just a locked chest. Now, it's entirely possible that, you know, just because Norbert didn't get to pack his things up, doesn't mean the current occupant of the place. Herbal tea of honey. No, we're not here to rob the place. Never mind the fact the lady literally saw us walk upstairs. Right? This is not subtle at all, Tristan. Okay. So I can only conclude here that on both occasions I may very well have entered the wrong house. Golden dagger, silver plate, gold, take all. Guess what? That wasn't finding Norbert's belongings in his house either. I don't know, is there some kind of secret cellar we're supposed to be looking for? Because it looks like the things of his that are supposed to be in these houses might not be there anymore. And the only other house that could be considered down on the waterfront is next door to the bookshop. And that doesn't quite feel right either. So, I don't know, right? Whatever he wants us to find, it's not in there. Now, if they dumped it round the back or something, right, just thrown it out on the street essentially, that could make some sense. However, where else could his belongings have been taken by some evil scumbags? If they were considered valuable, they might have taken them and stashed them somewhere. But for now, I'm not finding his stuff in either of these houses. It's not like there's a sack that we get to open, the contents of which are called Norbert's stash, you know. Maybe the game's being buggy, and the item is just not appearing. Wouldn't that be lovely? I mean, that kind of thing has happened before. Just remember the quest for the wagon wheels. And the missing goblin note. Right. Yes, I am looking to see if there's a place down there something could have landed if it was cast over the side. Walking along here, we get to look at a window and then probably fall off down to there. Yep. We're not finding anything in either of those houses. This house isn't really on the waterfront, and the others definitely are not. Also, it's the bookshop, it's not a house. If he was turfed out so they could open a bookshop there, that would be something interesting. At least this house is not locked. Nameless, so probably not who we want. Excuse me, lady. I'm just invading your property. There's another locked chest, which I strongly suspect will also not contain Norbert's personal belongings. Let's see. Okay, keep it going. I'm thinking until we find the correct house, which we may have already found, we're not going to find Norbert's personal belongings anytime soon. And here we have more things that are not his. And she really doesn't seem to mind, even though we blatantly just robbed the place. So, not particularly happy with that either. Again, quest is not updating. Was right on the shore in the river district. We're not really on the shore here. Very upset we didn't have a chance to pick up his things. Well, guess what? We don't get a chance to pick up his things either because they seem to not exist. At all. It's very infuriating. And according to the forums, it is one of those two buildings there. And I've searched both of them, and they don't have his stuff in. So, yeah. Annoying. It is entirely possible the contents of one of those chests are his stuff. I know I've gone back to him with at least the contents of one of those two chests. I can't remember if I've done it with both of them, and he doesn't acknowledge it at all. So whatever's going on, it ain't working. And I don't think it's Bees Hazard either. He did say right on the waterfront. But we could speak to people here. This ain't going to end well.
Oh, it's Tristan!
Mate, I don't even know who you are. Hello, you all drunk? Nothing. Mate, I got your job and you ain't telling me anything about this either. Oh.
I've heard of him and his sticky fingers.
So if we go back to the dodgy geezer, the one who bought the sold tools. Oh.
I'll put it boldly. The port rats.
That's boldly,
and I'll
not
boldly
boldly
answer that I don't want to have anything to do with them.
Got it. So, you won't tell me anything about them?
I can only tell you where you can't find them. At the port.
How so? They should be there.
That's the deal. They do their business according to their name, but their hideout is somewhere else. Now think for yourself. I told you all that I could.
Right. Makes a lot of sense. And he was the only person we could question so far. Are there sewers under the port that we can go and search? Oh, there is that place just outside port. Over the bridge. Maybe not some sewers under the port. If they're... the rats would be... somewhere else, right? So the rats could be on a ship. The one with the chap who tells us to bugger off and not try and ask around. But we got somewhere. We've asked a question at least. Let's experiment.
Boneless fish!
Arguably, if there are multiple people we want to speak to, the game won't force us to do it in a very specific order. Right, here we go.
Get away from the ship.
I
have to go.
Okay. Worth a try. So, they call themselves support rats so that people think this is where they operate, whereas actually they're somewhere else completely. Sounds like we shouldn't be asking around at port, but rather somewhere else. Oh joy. In the taverns, in the slums, and in bunkhouses. So, not at the harbour at all. Right. Well. We've asked the innkeeper already. We've asked someone in the slums. And the bunkhouse is over... this way? Yes.
Tell me about rats.
What do you want to know about them? Go catch one and see for yourself.
I want to know more about the ones you can't catch here. Or at the port.
Huh. Now that's bold. They stay away from the slums, and I would very much like you to stay that way.
Okay. Well, maybe he can put the information together later at night if he bothers to show up at all. Do we want to waste time waiting around for him? Arguably, it could push us very close to level 12. Is that wise, though? Is that wise? 532. We can get better than a 532 helmet, can't we? I'm feeling the need to get out of the city and save the game again, to be honest. That feels like a good idea right now. What could I do along the way? I could check the bank. I don't think they'll have some more money ready for me just yet. I think I'm like a few minutes away still, but I might as well try. then what would I do in the next episode? Try to find the vantage point in the outskirts. I mean, it feels like that tower should really be it. And that tower has a foe near it who does get aggressive. That's not on the waterfront either, Tristan. I mean, it's these two houses right here, right? And neither of them has what we look for in it. How infuriating. So we can pop into the bank before close of day. And then we probably want to get out of town, to be honest. What do we do next? Try and bait out those two ruffians so that we can free up the road towards the Free Hunters camp again? That was weird. We got a payout sound, but no payout. I'm going to presume we may have actually gained no payout at all. And it could still be the 15 minutes, 55 seconds, but it said there until we are able to get one. What else? We do want to get hold of better potion recipes. Now, the main ones we've found available so far are, you know, quite high-end stuff that we just can't afford. Speaking of stuff that we can't afford, let's go visit the healer. No recipes. But wait. $30 hail grass at 2 each. Do it, Tristan. How many latrines have we got? 37. Excellent. So if we get 10 of these... No! These. Then we'd want some more...
Practically a gift.
We'd want some more water than we currently have. So we'd go see Jer for that. However... we're too high. We're too high up.
Fog's rolling in. Weather looks grim.
We should check if the alchemist has any recipes for us. But again and again, I think most of the potion crafting requires the next level of survival. Excuse me, sir. No recipes. Damn it all. He also has hail grass for sale. We can really stock up on potions if we wanted to. But we should save some of this money for our next skill point. Which is probably going to be the two-handed weapon shoulder barge. Which means we want a point in strength for next level. We could also go and invest some of this money in our home. That's not a bad idea. If we're going that way, though, it would be nice to have Norbert's things to take back to him, even though they don't seem to exist. So what, are we selling some of this stuff to redeem? Or should we be looking for other traders to give things to? Tricky. Do we have a load of animal hides we should be tanning? 4, so we could get some spices. We have flour, not spices. Okay. Right. Okay. What do we need to not waste? Outskirts. 10 good hides. We have 1. Okay. It does very much feel like we want to be going and making about 10 flasks of wolfsbane, to be honest.
Anyone nowadays.
But we're going to need water for that. We should get more water. And plenty of it too. Come on, Tristan, you can do it. You can get there before the shop closes. Hello? We would like to purchase a lot of water. About a score. Score on one.
A good price!
Because you wouldn't let me get an exact amount. Right, let's get some more of this. And mind our money. Ah yes, 4. There we go. There we go. Right. See, now we can go and make ourselves some good provisions. But we also want to get out of town. Oh, if only to avoid excess lag at the beginning of the next session. For now, though, I think I've played for a decent amount of time, and it's probably a good point to stop. Even if constantly restarting just outside the city gates doesn't give us the greatest sense of progression. Don't worry, I was just thinking of something interesting there that isn't really worth bringing up just yet. Oh joy. What interesting times we live in. Come on, game. You can load it. I believe in you. These aren't the worst load times I've had to put up with in the last... I mean, how many years ago was the Bard's Tale 3 or 4, whatever it was called? My god, 20-minute load screens? Yeah, that was just horrible. Sometimes 30-minute load screens. And it wasn't that... It was just really badly optimized. Alright, well, I'm going to end the episode here. It's a new day. Still want the iron plates. Okay, worth a check. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next episode, where hopefully we'll make some kind of meaningful progress one way or another. Say bye for now, and thank you all very much for watching. See you all next time.